Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to Ep42. Okay, today we are going to attempt, and I say attempt, to set up a very basic ME system. So there are a few things that we're actually going to need in order to do that. And the first thing is that we need to actually make ourselves an ME drive. So in order to do that, we actually need to make ourselves an inscriber. So let's have a quick look at what we need for that. So for the inscriber, which is this here, we need iron, we need a couple of sticky pistons, and we need a pure fluix crystal. Now to get that, we can make the fluix crystal out of fluix essence, and that's something I've actually been busy. We just quickly pop out here, farming away. So we've actually set it up as part of our farm here, that we're actually getting fluix essence now, which is cool. Let's just grab this lot out of here and stick that all away. So yeah, we've been gathering up a fair bit, which is good. I've had to set up another chest actually because we've got the fortune pick on, so we're actually getting extra seeds. So that is something, I guess. But it does mean we have a nice supply of fluix essence, which is a fairly painless way of actually getting the fluix crystals. There are other ways of doing that as well. But we have actually decided to... And I've put that away. That was really smart. Have we actually got enough in here, I wonder? 8. Damn it, we need one more. Nope, so let's go grab it back. Oh, I am so pro. Let's whip it back here to our vacuum chest, and we need 9 of those. 9. There we go. So dead easy. As with the other essences, all we need to do is actually to stick that in our 3x3 crafting square, and that actually gives us our fluix crystal. So for the inscriber, we have our iron, we have our pistons. So I think we could just use normal fluix crystals. Yeah, just normal fluix crystals is fine. So it will be one of those in there, and one of those each there. One there, one there, one. And that gives us our inscriber. Okay, so what we probably should have done was actually set this up upstairs, but because we actually need power, I believe, to the inscriber. If we take our sag mill out, and what we can actually do is put our inscriber up there, she says. We're going to be able to reach you from there? Probably not. Have I got any blocks? We have some dirt. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Stick you up there to grab some coal. Let's just take that out of there. I believe we need power anyway. We'll find out in a sec. So there we go. That can start powering that. So that is our inscriber. So for the ME drive, really helps if you can actually type. So yeah, ME drive, which is this here. So we need iron, we need ME glass cables, we need engineering processors. We need 2 of the engineering processors, and that will give us our ME drive. Engineering processors, pretty straightforward actually. In the inscriber, we need to use the inscriber engineering press and a diamond, and that will give us our printed engineering circuit. So hence 2 of those. So into here we will put our diamond. We'll put one of those. That now powers away, and that makes our first one, and we can make our second. There we go. So we have 2 of those. Okay, and then we also need a printed silicon circuit. So again, that's the inscriber, silicon press and silicon, which we have already here because we are so organised. So organised. So silicon in there. Fortunately we can't stack them. So there is one. And two of those. So back to this again. So in order to make our engineering processor, we need to actually then use redstone and put the two of those together. So that again goes into our inscriber. That one can come out. That one up there. That one up there. Grab our little bits of redstone that we have ready as well. Pop the redstone in there. There's a lot of steps to this, but it will be worth it in the end. Redstone, silicon. Perfect. There we go. So those do stack, which is good. So we've made two of those. So we can actually put that. Why don't we use our crafting station up there so we can start assembling things as we go. We should have in here as well iron. The one thing we didn't have ready, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need our ME glass cable. So with that, it is quartz fibre, pure flux crystals, and that gives us 4 of those. Okay, so in order to make the fibre, what we need for that is glass, and we need Certus quartz dust, and we should have in here, I believe, plenty of that. I think that is just the quite clear glass, isn't it? Yeah. So let's grab ourselves a bunch of Certus quartz dust, and let us make that. I think it was like this. Was it like this? Yeah, there we go. Let's grab a few of those. Dun, 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 dun. So we then need to put our quartz fibre there and our flux crystals there. That gives us 8 of those. And that is the last thing I believe we need. There we go. 1 ME drive. So we are 1 item down. So let us take a little sign off there and start putting our assembled bits together in there like a sir. And we are going to have an inventory full of crap by the looks of things. Right, so 1 ME drive, all done. So the next thing we need to do is actually to make the ME crafting terminal. So this is actually the interface that we use, which effectively is like the crafting bench for the crafting terminal. So let's look at the recipe for that. So ME crafting terminal. So to make that we need another one of the processors. So it's a calculation processor this time, a crafting table and an ME terminal itself. So the ME terminal, that is something that we need a bright illuminated panel, we need formation core, and we need an annihilation core, as well as a logic processor. So as you can see, quite a few steps in order to make that. So to make our thing that we now can't remember what it's called, calculation processor, that's it. So we need the calculation press for the inscriber, and we need Certus quartz. So that will go in there. That will go in there, is it? Is it the other way around? Ooh. Now we can't remember how to put this together. Okay, that's why. Because we put it in the wrong place. But don't tell anyone. So that up there, that in there, that in there. Why are you not going in? Ooh, is it pure? Is it pure that we need? Let's have a look. What are we actually even making? Try again. Right. Pure Certus Quartz Crystal. Ah ha ha ha. Now I think we can actually get that through smelting this, but we'll need to actually do that in a normal furnace. So let's grab ourselves an equal bit of coal, for we may need more of this. Pop you in there. In fact, while we've got that, let's see if we've got any more of it. We have. Why don't we put a few more of those in there? We'll stick you back in there for the moment. There we go. So pure Certus Quartz Crystal. That should now work. So let's put one of you in there. Okay, there we go. So that's our printed calculation circuit. And again, we need to do the same as we did before. So with the silicone, we'll make a couple of those, I think. Just because. Just because, why not? Because we're bound to need one. There we go. Okay, so that's that and that. So we will put you there. We'll put you there. And again, I believe we need some redstone. Put that together. And that gives us our calculation processor. So that's that part of it made. So have we got somewhere in here? I think we have, haven't we? Yep, we've got our workbench. So calculation processor, you can go there for the time being. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to make the actual ME terminal itself. So in order to make the illuminated panels, we'll need to make a bright illuminated panel. And that is pretty straightforward. That is quartz glass. That is glowstone, redstone, and an iron ingot. Okay, so to make the quartz glass, that is actually pretty easy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and that gives us 4 quartz glass. We only need 3, which is a bonus. So let's grab our glowstone, redstone, and our iron. And it's 3 glass down there. Glowstone, glowstone, redstone, iron, and that gives us 3 illuminated panels. So we've got our illuminated panels. We also then need to make a logic processor. So again, pretty much following the same format as we have done before. We'll be needing those. We've got redstone. Why don't we make ourselves a few of these silicon ones, I think. Again. So we need 4 of the gold ingots because we will be needing them for other parts as well. Quickly make a few of these up. Ooh, one thing. One thing I wish is that you could actually stack stuff in this, because it does take a little while in order to do this. That'll probably do us a little while. And we need the logic press. And we need our gold. I'll make a few of these because we're going to need them for another part, as we said. 2. looks like I've got 5 redstone there, so I think I was probably clever. We may have needed 5, but let's just make the 4 for the moment. Okay. So that is our logic press done. So one of them, one of them, one of them. Okay. Oop. One more to go. And these do stack, that's good. And the last one. Okay. Ooh. Grab you. Okay. So that's our logic processor. Ah, this is why we needed them. So we need to make the formation core. So again, pure Certus quartz crystal, Fluix dust, and a logic processor. So let us grab... Ooh, have we actually got this right? We have. Have we got any more of those in there? We have, yes. Perfect. Let's just check the recipe again. So Certus quartz dust, logic processor, and that. So let's again just use our top workbench. We need 1, 2 of you. And we need... I've forgotten it already. 2 of you. In fact, actually, no, it's only 1 of you, isn't it? Because that makes 2. And the Fluix dust. Now, for the Fluix dust, we actually need to grind the Fluix crystals. So I'm kind of thinking, why don't we drop you into there? And hopefully, if we pull stuff out of here, it's possibly sat. There it is. 1 Fluix dust. And that gives us 2 formation cores. So we can put you into our crafting bench. And we can put one of our illuminated panels in there. We can put another one of our logic processors in there. And then we need to make the annihilation cores. So very, very similar process again for those. This time it is nether quartz and Fluix dust and a logic processor. So 1 logic processor. Now I think in here we should have, not in that one, in this one, we've got 1 pure nether quartz crystal. We should have another one here. In fact, actually we only need the 1. What are we talking about? Let's grab our Fluix crystal again. We'll stick that in there for the moment. And into the grinder with you. There we go. So you are there, and you are there. That gives us our 2 annihilation cores. So we can now put that all together. And that gives us our ME terminal. So if we go back to our original piece of gear here, it's these 3 items that we need now in order to make our ME interface. So let's just use this bench here. So it's you, not you, 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 and you. And that is, woohoo! Look at that. Yay! Pretty fireworks. Perfect. So that is 1 ME crafting terminal all builded. Let's put some of this stuff away. We'll get rid of these bits here. You can go in there. Stick you away. We can stick both of you away. Right. So, ME crafting terminal done. So that is boink, boink. You can go. Stick those just into here for the moment, just to get them out of the way. Where did the chest go? Interesting. Not entirely sure how we've ended up with saplings, but hey, I'm not going to complain about that. Right, so next thing we actually need is an item called an energy acceptor. That is, again, pretty simple to make. So energy acceptor. So that's this item here. So for that we need the quartz glass, which you've already seen how to make, iron, and we need flux crystals. So we can pretty much take all of this out. We can make ourselves some more clear quartz glass, but we actually already have made some, so there is very little point in doing that again. So we need flux crystal, we need quartz glass, which I think went like this, and we need iron, like so, and that is our energy acceptor. So that is another piece of the puzzle. Okay, let's put some of this away. Dunk. And last but not least, is that another one that can go? It is. There we go. Perfect. Where that ended up. So the last bits is we now have the energy acceptor, we now have the interface, we now have the ME drive. So what we actually need is something within which we can actually store our items, and this is where the pain, as it were, starts. Just because, in order to make the actual drives themselves, there is quite a lot of processes. God, we have got some crap in here already, haven't we? Let's get all of that out. Have we got room for you? Yes, we have. We can get rid of you. Let's just move you and you out the way for the moment. You can go out the way. You can go out the way. You need to go back in there. Try and clean our inventory up just a little bit. You in there. You in there. Dust. Anyone for dust? Dust in there. Let's try and make some sense of this lot. Put the second mill up there as well. Okay, so 4K ME storage shells. These are a little painful. 4K. What are you? You the right one? You're not. 4K is actually this one here, the 4K ME storage cell. So that will give us 63 types of item that we can store, and we can store up to 4,096 items in total on each of those. So what I want to do is actually make 4 of those, just to give us a little bit of a head start. Kind of like the way they're actually using the graphics in this. Kind of looks a little bit like, I don't know, an old Xbox or something like that, or possibly even an old SNES. But yeah. So for that, more quartz glass, more redstone, and more iron. So what we can do is actually take those few bits that we actually have already, and we'll get those put into our crafting table, just to kind of make the whole process a little bit more simple. Oh look, we had extra formation cores. Fair enough. Okay, so there's iron along the bottom. I believe it was redstone, like so. Is it like that? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, redstone like so. So 3 lots of redstone there and the glass there. So we want to make 4 of those. So we actually need 4, 3, 4. 2 is 4. And so what we're actually waiting for in the middle, the bit that we have to make, is this part here, which is the the 4K ME storage component. So in order to make that, we actually need to make another calculation processor. We're going to need 4 of those. Redstone. And we're also going to need 1K ME storage components as well. So let's have a quick look in our chest. Okay. Where to start, she says. So why don't we start with our printed calculation circuit. So that'll be our printed calculation circuit, which is the pure Certus quartz crystal and the silicon. Let's have a grabby of that. So we need 1 of them. Calculation. I said we're going to need another printed silicon thing. Now we do need quite a few of these, don't we? There we go. Thought I'd already got stuff for it. So let's quickly put those together. So first thing we'll do is get our calculation thingy-what's-it done. Printed calculation circuit. There is 3, and there is 4. And then we get our first bit of silicon in there. Our inscriber silicon press. Grab those. Whack you in there. There is another way you can do this actually with a cutting knife, where you can actually do it in your shapeless crafting. But I kind of think, well, if you're going to do it properly. It's not like I haven't actually got the resources and able to do it. So decided to do it using the inscriber. Okay, so that's 4 of those. So, so then we need to put it together with redstone. Have we got enough redstone? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably going to end up muddling all of our stuff up now, aren't we? Okay, so you are out. 1 of you in there. 1 of you in there. 1 of you in there. This is where the maths kind of comes in, sort of handy. Just to try and remember which bits of what you actually need for each part. So that's 1. And here's number 3. And number 4. Okay, so we have 4 of those. So what we can do is start to assemble those in our other crafting table. So those are at the top. And then we had 4 of these. I believe we need this as well. So there's those in the middle. Okay, so it was the redstone dust around the outside, so it's 8 of those around the outside. Actually, no, we did more than that, don't we? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Pinch some more off of here, I think. We do need that. Have I got any more redstone? Have I got any redstone here? Ah, we do not. Right, quickly run up, grab some more redstone. Let's just take you. You'll do. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next part is these here, which is the 1K image storage components. So with that we can either use the pure Certus quartz, or we can use the little shardy bits, but we should have enough to do those. So let's find ourselves another crafting table we can use. Let's grab you for the moment. So it was redstone all the way around. Do we need all that much? I think we do, because we need 3, don't we? In fact, I think we actually probably need 12 in each. And we'll stick all of you in the middle there. Why not? So it's all of you, and we need 4 more of the logic processors. So we have 1. Where do you sit? Do you sit at the top? In the middle. Okay. Ah, that's why. Like so. And let's grab our bits in order to make our logic press. And again, we'll be making silicone as well. So you in there. And you in there. What I'll probably do is actually speed this little bit up here. Just so we speed up all of the cooking and the prepping for all of the logic presses. Because there's quite a few that we need to do. So I'll catch up with you in a sec. Okay, there we go. That is our 12 logic processors. So let's just quickly check the recipe for the 1Ks. So we need the quartz, we need the logic processors in the middle. So which one did I put on? This one here, didn't I? There we go. So you can all go in there. That's given us 7. We still need more. Oh. Need about another 5 more. Quickly. Let's use the rest of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's put that down. So that is our 12 of those, which we then need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And that gives us our 4K ME storage components, which we then smackaroo onto the top here, and that gives us our storage cells. Woohoo! Why is it only made 1? We need more iron. That's fine. There we go. These don't stack, sadly. There we go. So that is our 4 components that will actually go into our ME drive. So that pretty much is your basic system. So let's get as much of this lot put away as we possibly can. Can you go away? We've got room for you? We have not. We need more space. Okay, well why don't we take out all of the bits we need, which is this lot here. Dink, dink, dink. And we will stick, not you, because I want you, all of this other stuff just away for the moment. And you can go back up there. So let's line all of this up all nice and shiny, lovely. And we need a little bit of the cable, which I did have some. I'll put that in here. Glass cable. Gonna need some of that. And let us pop upstairs. For we have been busy in the upstairs. We have been busy indeed. Got a little bit of an add-on, and up here is the area that we've actually made for our ME system, which is good. So kind of thinking I'm going to set the main part of it over here. Now we've got a Stirling generator in as our main source of power at the moment. So I'll just need to finish actually connecting that up to the power. So, but this is going to be our area. What I'm probably going to do is actually move some of the storage up here as well from downstairs. Anything that's left that we can't actually fit, and start kind of clearing this out a little bit because it is a bit crazy. So one thing I did need is in here in our Ender IO chest, that one there, is the rest of the power cable for actually connecting. And I bet it's night now, isn't it? Are you night? Oh, you're not, you're day. Perfect. Even though we've got a spider. Kind of doing spidery stuff out here, so let's just arm up and get a shot of you, shall we? Whew. I have lost count of the number of creepers that have blown stuff up on here. Hello! Rubbish. This is just spawning evilness permanently. But what I want to do is, in here is just a chest that I've been making charcoal with. So I just want to actually finish connecting this to that. So let's just run ourselves a little bit more cable over. Dunk, dunk, dunk. And if we run it... Oh! Hello! That was clever. Do you need to go as well? Get rid of you over here. Yeah, there we go. Note to self, elevator. But yeah, so the chest here is one that I've just been using. So let's connect you. And that didn't want to go there at all. That's not what I asked you to do. Let's bring this over. To about here. Is that about right? You up there. Let's get that along. She'll break these leaves here. There we go. And let's just take that little bit out because we didn't need that. So what we want to do with this, that's set to extract and activate without signal. And what we do need, hopefully we've got some wood in here, we have, is we just need to actually set this over here. We want that to be insert. There we go. Dink. Let's just quickly use our vein miner to get rid of that, shall we? Yeah, there we go. So that now means that we have coal going from our chest here into our Stirling generator upstairs, which is giving us our power. And I've now got to try to remember how to connect this, which is probably the hardest bit. So we need our energy acceptor. So that needs to go next to here. And that will start getting energy, we hope. Are you getting energy? that's powering, so that's powering up, which is something. What I don't know is whether you're getting energy. We'll find out in a second. So we'll then put our storage drive here. I think we need to put the cable here. With that on the front there. So that gives us our crafting terminal. And then what we need to do is actually insert our drives into here. There we go. See green lights on those. So that is our drives in. So that is our basic system. So what we can now start doing is actually loading items into here. We can actually search for items if we want to. We can pull our recipes through. So we can sort our items by A to Z. We can sort them by the number of items. We can change the views, sort the orders, search box. We have a tool-centered terminal. So we change our terminal styles and everything like that as well. And this is our additional storage there. And that shows us our crafting status. So that is basically where we'll be creating our recipe. So now if I wanted to make this, boink, put that into there. If I've got the items, that will then pull them out of the inventory there. So there we go. One, albeit fairly basic, but one basic ME system. Now there's plenty of room obviously with that we can expand it, get more items in there, get bigger drives. So we can always change these out at a later stage for bigger drives. We can actually set priorities on the drives as well, which is good. But yeah, there we go. One ME storage system. So it does now mean that I can sit here for a bit now and start throwing all sorts of stuff into here. So start chucking everything in. I can probably actually get to a point where I'll be able to actually sort stuff going in there. So I'll just actually start piping things in into the system itself and sort of not actually have to worry about anything like that at all. But that does mean we'll be able to get rid of some of the stuff down here. Anything we can't get rid of, we'll bring that up here so it's a little bit more out of the way. Hopefully, by getting rid of stuff with all the item frames, which is a lot of this stuff here, it should hopefully help reduce some of the lag that we've actually been getting with the system. But I am actually pretty happy with that. A little bit of a long video, so apologies for that, but I'm sure you can appreciate there's actually quite a bit to do there. But there we go. For now, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and from me and my lovely shiny new ME system in my lovely shiny new building room, I bid you farewell, and we say look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care for now.